So they can fill out as much information as they need. And once they return it to us, we will provide them with a free Special Alert Program sticker where they can place on the front door of their house or on their vehicles as well. And for example, let's say a police officer, we pull over a vehicle, and the police officer recognizes this sticker on this vehicle. So the officer, we're able to realize and understand that, hey, there might be somebody in that vehicle with some sort of special needs. And the information that the family member provides on that application, we would enter the data into our computer-aided dispatch system where it is secure and only accessed through police personnel.
So the benefits to our community, again, we are big on community engagement. We want our community to feel safe with us. So we believe that it's going to provide safer interactions with our vulnerable individuals, a faster and more informed response in emergencies. It's going to reduce the potential for misunderstanding or conflict. So again, like the examples Officer C gave, it's going to provide us with a sense of, okay, well, we are going to approach a situation a little bit differently than we would if this sticker wasn't around. So again, all of this to say is that we are really going to try to enhance our community policing and mental health initiatives. In conclusion, we want to implement the Special Alert Sticker Program. Again, this is going to be a simple, effective tool to enhance public safety. And again, this is going to reflect our commitment to serving all our residents in the San Gabriel community.
And again, ultimately, we want to develop that trust one more time between the community and our police department. So if you have any questions, we're more than free to help answer any.
Great. I had a quick one, and then I'll turn it to my colleagues. So this information will be going out through social media in multiple languages, City Beat, just various communications channels?
Yes, so we will be making a post on social media with the help of our city PIO. We have already been in communication with that. But again, various languages, again, we can translate. Officer C also speaks multiple languages that we can give that information to our public, whether it be on social media platforms, through our city magazine, as well as other entities. Again, I work specifically with our schools, so flyers will also be created to pass out to our school district.
Great, great. That's good news. Well, Emily's back there. I'm sure she'll like some of the information too. And we have our case manager that's at Community Services every day through the Chinese Service Center. Mm-hmm. So I think there's a lot of great places that we're working with partners that would be would appreciate this information. Thank you. Any questions from my colleagues? Councilmember Herrera Avila.
Thank you, Mayor. And great program. I love it. Just another way to make sure that our residents are safe and that we are safe too, because we never know what's going to happen, especially when you guys are out in the community. So I kudos to your team for doing this. Question regarding the application. So they fill the application. Are we inputting it into like a database where we're memoing an account besides the sticker where like it's prompting, like if we get a particular address, it's prompting us and saying, okay, this person, there's a special alert for this person or anything like that?
Yes, so the application, all the information that's done on the application, we'll input it into what we call our CAD system, which is our computer-aided dispatch system. And so when we go out to a call for service, or if we do an investigation at that particular house, the address will pop up with a special alert, and our dispatchers will then advise the officers going to that house all the information that was provided on the application.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you so much, officers. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item, please.
Introduction of new Community Development Director. City Manager Lazaretto will make the presentation.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Members of the council, I'm excited tonight as he makes his way up to introduce our new Community Development Director. He started yesterday. His name is David Sanchez. David comes to us from the city of Camarillo, where he was the Community Development Director for a few years. Prior to that, he spent more than a decade in the city of Pasadena, so he has roots in the San Gabriel Valley. I worked with him when both of us had hair and looked a lot younger when we were in the city of Pomona many years ago. And one of the great things about David is he's also worked for the dark side, meaning that he worked for housing developers before he came to work for cities. And I say that out of humor, but also seriously. He gets both sides of the table, and he knows how to look at a project from both the city standpoint, but also a private development standpoint, which brings that, I think, that synergy that we're looking for. So I hope David's with us for many years to come, and please, council, join me in welcoming him.
Would you like to say a few words, David?
Just a few words.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Lazaretto, for the introduction. I'm really excited to join the San Gabriel team. I was actually born in the city of San Gabriel, and I've lived my entire life in the San Gabriel Valley, so it means a lot for me to serve this community. It's a beautiful city with a strong sense of pride and history, and I am honored to support the work of the Community Development Department.
Great. Oh, that was brave. Well, welcome to the San Gabriel family officially. I actually have family with your name, David Sanchez. So and I have friends, and it's a common name, but
There are many of us.
There's many of you. But anyway, but I really appreciate you joining the team. There's lots of wonderful work that is already in progress, and I'm sure you'll be there to help complete it. And so I look forward to working with you, and I know my colleagues do too. So welcome, and we'll be working together soon. Thank you.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
Okay, next item, please.
Recognition of Florence Lynn upon her retirement. Mayor Menchaca will make the presentation. We invite Ms. Lynn to come forward to the podium at this time.
Come on down, Florence. Okay, so as we do our presentation of the Certificate of Recognition, please look at the screen and look at the variety of community education and outreach programs that Florence has implemented, and the programs she serves on, and which are displayed on the screen and also in the certificate. I'm sure there's some we're missing, but if it was any smaller, we couldn't read it. But anyway, before we start with the formal presentations, let's take a photo. Florence, did you want to bring up your grandkids and your son, daughter? Just come on up, and we'll do the certificate first.
Okay, my daughter Katrina Lin and my son-in-law Brian Chen, my grandkid I have Ethan Chen and Timmy Chen and Noelle Chen, and also my sister Shirley Wu. And I'd like them to come up because. Okay, all right.
Okay, we're gonna have everybody, Sam, do you mind scooting, or, and it's, yeah, thank you. Okay, everybody look here first, okay? 1, 2, 3, one more. Okay, everybody can look on to this side, please. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, one more, 1, 2, 3. If you could look to this side now, please. Ready?
Yes, one more for here, yeah. Right here,
1, 2,
yeah.
3.
Okay, last one for here, yeah. Thank you.
One more, and then this way, please. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Over here.
And 1, 2, and 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're gonna do the center one last time right here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Right here. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you so much.
是让你来。
Okay,
哇呀！
对对对，那个小美姐
太近了，
下来
太近了，太近了。How about just one step back, please?
Alright. We're trying to get as
呀
close
呀
as
呀，
possible.
好，看一下我这，好，
No,
谢
this
谢。
is fine. Okay. Can you please get as close as you can, please? Perfect. Okay. First, everybody look here in the center.
In the
okay?
middle, yeah.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, now we're gonna look this way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Now we're gonna look right here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, and 3. And then last over here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. And one more. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect.
let me.
Okay, last one here. Can you say excuse me? Don't push, okay? 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, and 3. Thank you.
两个美女，你俩还很。Thank you, thank you。你刚刚讲的很好。
哎呀，我就匆忙刚刚写。刘主，谢谢你，帮我拍一个。哎呀，
来，你这样子，那边，我来帮你拍，我来吧。
Thank you。
看我这边，还没拍，我们写来不及了，可能还没结束，还没讲。
Okay, if everyone could take their seats, we're not done yet with Florence. There's more here. Okay, I have her certificate of recognition. I just pulled it real quick. And I would like to read it to everybody. In recognition of your retirement from the Asian Youth Center, the Mayor and the City Council of San Gabriel wish to recognize your outstanding career and countless achievements and awards, including the 2017 Chinese Elected Officers Citizen of the Year, 2022 San Gabriel Outstanding Older American, and she was the first API to ever get that award. So it is historic. And yes, and the 2023 PBS SoCal/KCET Local Heroes Honoree. For 20 years, you've displayed unwavering commitment towards the betterment of the community in various roles with the Asian Youth Center, most recently as the Communities Relations Manager. In addition to your service as a liaison for countless individuals you have assisted, you've made a lasting impact through community-focused education and outreach programs. The city and the entire community would like to thank you for your service and wish you all the best in your future endeavors. And so,
Thank you.
And so, council members would like to say a few words. So who should we start with? Yeah.
All right, I'll start. Florence, I've only known you for a few years, but I see the impact that you make in this community, and it's lovely. And I really appreciate what you do for our community and all your hard work at AYC over the years, and just your impact on this whole community as an old-time family member of our community, always improving the youth of our community. So thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Avila?
Thanks, Mayor. Well, if it isn't our very own Florence Lynn, I just want to say thank you for all your hard work, your dedication in our community. I've known you for over 10 years. That's half of your career with AYC. That's impressive. And it's been a remarkable journey to just seeing you as a leader and getting awarded all these recognition. And just thank you so much for your contributions. Again, you've been to my house, and you've done so much for the community. Again, thank you so much. It's not goodbye. I'm pretty sure there's a new chapter being written, and I'm excited to see and read that.
Thank you.
Councilmember Ding?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, the Florence. You are like 2 decades to service the AYC and the community, and especially you are do a lot of things, good things for the Chinese community. Use your bilingual language. And actually, you are not just service our Chinese community, you service our whole community. So I will really appreciate, and so you really earned our older American San Gabriel back to the 2020.
Outstanding.
Outstanding. Okay, 2022, at that time, I'm the mayor term. So I really like bring me a lot of the good memory. So when we talked to the last week over the phone, you talked to me. You are retired, but you are still not retired because you still want to do the community service to our community. So I really appreciate you do that kind of things. Yeah, OK， 我讲几句中文哈 ，OK 那我真的是很感谢那个就是 Florence 她帮助我们的华人社区哈做了很多工作。他刚刚我也讲了，就是他不仅帮助我们华人社区，也帮助我们整个社区，所以他才可以得到我们一个，就是说，这个要英文讲的啦 ，outstanding 的 older American 哈，这个在我就是说22年我的市长的 term 里边，他得到我很高兴是第一个亚裔的得到这样的荣誉哈。那么他也答应，就是说。他虽然退休，但是他退而不休，还是继续服务社区。好，那恭喜Florence， 谢谢。
Thank you.
Councilmember Wu is out of town, but he sends his best wishes, and you'll see him soon, I'm sure, when he returns. And I've said everything I had to. I don't remember how long I've known you. It's been a long time. It's like you've always been part of my life. So, sorry for getting so emotional. It is not goodbye. You are strictly retiring, and you're going to be a volunteer. And I know that. You will continue to service because that's part of who you are. That's part of your DNA. So, you won't have a title. You won't be the community relations manager, but you'll be our friend, our dear Florence, who's always there for all of us. It doesn't matter if old, young, API, Latina, you're there for everybody. And so, I'll miss you as AYC, but I look forward to having you as my friend a little more now. I don't have to share. So, so thank you so much. So the next item I'm going to pass it to Vice Mayor Chan, who is going to make a comment about the Mid-Autumn Festival. And for the first time ever, and I'm going to give him full credit for that, we are going to have mooncakes to celebrate. But actually, before I pass it to Mr. Vice Mayor Chan, Florence, it's your time to speak. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, we can do it.
So please speak.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Honorable Mayor Denise Machaca, and also our Vice Mayor Eric Chen, and also City Council Member Jorge. I know you for 10 years for sure. And also our member, city member, Tony Ding. And I know him since before he was elected. We were sitting out there to talk. He said, I'm going to run. I said, okay, I'll support you all the way. So I was so glad that he won. And I couldn't be standing here without all your help. And also all my friends, they're here. And they all been part of my life. and my sister, Shirley Wu, and she was a nurse. And she saved so many people's life, and she's a really true hero. And also, my dear Denise forgot to mention, I was also Women of the Year in 2022. I have to really...
There's just too many.
Yeah, there were too many hats, too many titles, and I'm so glad. And I have so many good friends here, and they're all sitting here and sharing my joyful memory. And also, I want to thank all the reporters. They're here to take the news and to put in my first work chapter together, and so I can move on to my new journey. And this is a wonderful time, and I really appreciate the city give me the great recognition so I can be here standing in front of everybody. And as long as you do a good job and also share and help the community, one of this day, when you retire, you can be like me, sitting here, standing here, and be honored to be recognized. And I really appreciate the city, and I feel this is also feel like my home city. People think I live in San Gabriel because I participate every single program that San Gabriel City puts together, and also share with all my circle, and encourage people to come to our events, and especially Chinese communities. It's kind of hard to reach communities, but however, I see more Asian face join our communities. And this is a wonderful place to live and to grow your kids here. And so I'm happy to be part of it. And thank you again for all the people who come in today to join the festivity and also the great mooncake celebration. And make sure when you leave, and they all get one, right? Okay, and that's all I want to say, and I do appreciate city is great.
Florence, before you conclude, did you want to say it in Chinese too?
Oh, okay, all right, very fast.
Yeah,
Okay.
very fast.
感谢我们所有今天来参加我这个退休的活动的每一位嘉宾，你们真的都是在我生命中太重要了，没有你们就没有我，有你们才有我，所以我非常感谢每一位今天来参加的 ，include 我的家人，我的姐姐，还有我的好朋友 Yuli， 还有 Doris， 我们常常一起出去玩，出去 enjoy 我们的life， 所以还有树林跟碧玉还有 Helen 太多人我要感谢在这边就没有办法一一的念到你的名字，没有念到你名字。不代表我没有感谢，也是感谢的啊！谢谢大家，谢谢你们，谢谢，谢谢。
Let's give her a round of applause.
Okay.
Great. And so now I'll turn it to Vice Mayor Chan for a few comments about the Mid-Autumn Festival.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So yesterday, I think most people in this room know, yesterday was the Mid-Autumn Festival, actual day of the holiday. So the Mid-Autumn Festival, also known as Moon Festival or Mooncake Festival, is a harvest festival celebrated in Chinese culture. It is held on the 15th day of the 8th month of the Chinese lunar solar calendar, which with a full moon at night, corresponding to mid-September to early October of the Gregorian calendar. On this day, the Chinese believe that the moon is at its fullest and brightest, coinciding with the time of harvest in the middle of autumn. The Mid-Autumn Festival is one of the most important holidays and its celebrations in Chinese culture. The history of the festival dates back over 3,000 years. Similar festivals are celebrated by other cultures in East and Southeast Asia. During this festival, lanterns of all sizes and types and shapes, symbolizing beacons that light the path toward prosperity and good fortune for the people, are carried and displayed. Mooncakes, a rich pastry typically filled with sweet bean or lotus seed paste, are eaten during this festival. The Mid-Autumn Festival is based on the legend of Chang'e, the moon goddess in Chinese mythology. So, like I mentioned, traditional mooncakes are a sweet and savory dessert filled with a dense sweet lotus seed paste, which is the sweet part, with a salty preserved duck egg yolk in the middle, which is the savory part. But nowadays, there are many quote-unquote fusion versions with a variety of exotic fillings. Madam Mayor, may I request a brief recess so that we can all go out to the lobby and celebrate by giving everyone a small sample of mooncake?
Absolutely. So we will now recess to the lobby for mooncakes in honor of the Mid-Autumn Festival and Florence Lynn's retirement. The meeting will resume at 7:20. Thank you.
律师强你暂时休息一下，给大家出到外面给那个 Florence 庆祝一下，有月饼吃，好，大家都可以到外面去。
and it's 7:25. Chief City Clerk, public comment.
Madam Mayor, I have no speaker cards.
Okay. Next item.
Consent calendar. All items listed under the consent calendar are considered routine, and recommendations will be approved in one motion unless a member of the City Council requests separate discussion.
Okay, would any council member like to pull an item for separate discussion? I see none. Do I have a motion for the consent agenda?
I make a motion.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay. Please vote. Wu should be,
Oh, yeah.
is it abstain?
Yeah.
Absent. Okay.
Right.
Okay. No light.
Light, yeah.
Can you turn them off, or you can't turn them off?
Oh,
I don't know if you can.
there we
Oh,
go.
perfect. Okay.
Good.
Motion passes by a vote of 4-0, with Councilmember Wu being absent.
Great. Thank you. Next item.
Public hearing A, repeal and readopt amendment of an existing planned development overlay zone, development agreement, tentative tract map, and revised initial study and mitigated negative declaration for 201 to 217 South San Gabriel Boulevard. This is ordinance number 723 and resolution number 25-39.
Okay, I now open the public hearing. Assistant Community Development Director Samantha Tubazart will make the staff representation.
Yes, good evening, Madam Mayor and members of the City Council. This project, item 5A, has come before the City Council almost approximately 2 years ago on December 2023 for the first reading and in January 2024 for approval. And staff will be going through the slides relatively quickly this evening as the project information was previously presented to the City Council and no changes have been made to the project scope or design. So again, the project site is located on the west side of South San Gabriel Boulevard and has 3 street frontages, San Gabriel Boulevard to the east, South Pine Street to the west, and East Live Oak Street to the north. The site was previously developed with a mixture of uses, including single-family homes and other commercial uses. The lot size is approximately 2.8 acres in size, and this does not include the Rubio Wash. The property is currently vacant, and following a fire in 2019, demolition permits were issued. This aerial photo assists to show the existing buildings surrounding the project site. The property is designated general commercial in the general plan and zoned retail commercial plan development overlay, C1PD. As mentioned, the project was originally entitled in 2007, and following a few time extensions, project redesigns, and an ownership change, the intent to construct the proposed mixed-use development has continued for almost 20 years. This series of dates is when the project was first entitled, and this is around the time the ownership change and then the pandemic occurred. And these are the more recent actions taken on the project. The recommendation before the City Council this evening would be to repeal and readopt the approval of the project. And the items to be considered by the City Council is the general plan, land use and goals, development standards, architectural design, parking and access, open space, the development agreement, off-site improvements, and economic impacts. The project includes commercial and residential uses located in 3 separate buildings, buildings A, B, and C, separated by the Rubio Wash. Commercial, retail, and restaurant uses will be located on the ground floor with 5 levels of residential uses above. The project, this was an amendment that came back to the City Council 2 years ago, and the project included increasing the number of residential units from 179 units to 225 by dividing some of the 3-bedroom units into studio and 1-bedroom units within the approved project area. And as part of this increase, the number of affordable units also increased from 18 to 22, with 6 low-income units. The project also included a reduction in the overall square footage and the number of parking to be provided. The project will continue to provide common open space areas and an on-site community park with a walking trail. The project includes a subdivision map, a tentative tract map 73153, as required for the condominium portions of this project. A development agreement is also required and includes the terms, rules, regulations, policies, conditions, requirements associated with the project, and the amended plan development overlay. The general plan designation for the project, again, is general commercial, and the proposed project is consistent with the multiple goals and objectives outlined in the general plan, including land use, housing, mobility, economic development, open space, recreation, and community design. The California Subdivision Map Act requires the city to deny approval of a tentative map if findings are made for a denial, and the city was unable to make the findings for the denial. The project was reviewed for compliance with the California Environmental Quality Act for CEQA, and the initial study was prepared and concluded that the project may have significant impacts, but by implementing the mitigation measures, the project impacts could be reduced to less than significant levels. And 10 mitigation measures were identified, and a mitigation monitoring and reporting program is included as part of the project packet. Following the City Council's approval in 2024, the environmental determination was challenged, and the court entered judgment ordering the city to take the following actions, one being to set aside the adoption of the mitigated negative declaration for the project, 2, to set aside the January 2024 approvals, and 3, to proceed with additional environmental analysis consistent with the court's order, which identified deficiencies within the mitigated negative declaration analysis for biological resources and health risk. A revised initial study mitigated negative declaration now includes additional analyses for biological resources and health risk assessments. And based on field reconnaissance survey, database searches, and overall assessments, the proposed project continues to be determined to to be not likely to impact sensitive biological resources with the incorporation of the mitigation measures. And additionally, quantitative results were prepared for the health risk assessments to support the conclusion that project-related impacts related to carcinogenic exposures would be less than significant, and no mitigation measures were required. The revised M&D was made available for public review and comments between September 3rd, 2025 through October 22nd, 2025, and one comment letter was received, and responses to the comments have been provided to the City Council. The environmental consulting firm, the city's consulting firm, Kimley Horn and Associates, and also the biologists from ROC's Biological Consulting are present this evening and are available for questions related to the environmental review. Okay. Oh, no. What in the world? What in the world? Can you scroll? Next slide. We were so close. Yes, so the environmental, the M&D was made available for public review. Next slide. Also, noticing was provided on the property as well as posted at City Hall, the post office, the public library, and published in the San Gabriel Sun. Next slide. And so the recommendation before the City Council this evening is to adopt Resolution 23-73 approving mitigated negative declaration and the mitigation monitoring and reporting program and planning case number TMAP 22-015 for the tentative tract map, waive full reading and introduce Ordinance 700 by title only, and Did I read that correctly? And waive future reading and to schedule a second reading and adoption of the ordinance for the next regular city council meeting, and then the ordinance will become effective 30 days after. And this concludes staff's presentation.
Madam Mayor, thank you. Just to clarify, on the staff recommendation, could we have the staff slide back up? The request is to
723.
2539 was to be adopted, repealing 2373, as well as 723 ordinance to be adopted, repealing 700. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, I now open the public hearing. No, I'm sorry. Does any council member have factual questions for staff to clarify the report? I see none. Chief City Clerk, do we have any public comment?
We do, Madam Mayor. The first speaker is Christy Garcia.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and members of the City Council. I'm Christy Garcia of Alvarez, Glassman, and Colvin, and I represent the developer of the Rubio Village project, Rubio Village LLC. We felt compelled to respond to the supplemental comment submitted by SAFER on this item, insisting that an EIR be prepared. We submitted a letter to the City Clerk yesterday that I'm hopeful has been reviewed and read by all of you. However, I want to emphasize some important points of that letter. Having been the attorney who litigated these issues before the court, I'm intimately familiar with the arguments raised by SAFER related to the biological resources. What SAFER has put forth in their letter are the same arguments that were put before the court earlier this year. Importantly, those arguments were found to be unsuccessful by the court. Having analyzed SAFER's comment letter and the response prepared by Rock's Biological Consulting, it's clear that SAFER has yet again failed to present a fair argument that the project may have significant unmitigated impacts on biological resources. I can confidently say that the city and my client have done exactly what was required by the court to ensure the revised initial study and mitigated negative declaration pass legal muster, and that an EIR is not necessary in this case. As such, I'm here today to urge the City Council to adopt Resolution 2539 this evening and introduce Ordinance Number 723. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Haley Uno.
Good evening, Honorable Council members. My name is Haley Uno from Lozo Jury LLP. I'm here on behalf of Supporters Alliance for Environmental Responsibility, or SAFER. SAFER respectfully requests that the City Council refrain from approving the Rubio Village mixed-use project and associated mitigated negative declaration, and instead require city staff to prepare an environmental impact report for the project. An EIR is warranted because this project because there is substantial evidence of a fair argument that the project may result in significant unmitigated impacts on special status species. Expert wildlife ecologist Dr. Sean Smallwood and his associate Noriko Smallwood conducted a wildlife survey, finding that the project is a habitat for at least 7 special status species. These species include the Allen's hummingbird, western gull, California gull, turkey vulture, red-shouldered hawk, American kestrel, and silver-haired bat. Dr. Smallwood concluded that the project may significantly impact these special status species through habitat loss. For example, a family of American kestrels is known to nest just off-site of the project site and relies on the project site for foraging and hunting. American kestrels have even been observed bathing in the Rubio Wash, which bisects the project site. However, with the loss of this habitat, Dr. Smallwood concluded that this species would be extirpated from the site, meaning that the species would be forced out of the project area. Another potentially significant impact Dr. Smallwood identified was the project's interference with wildlife movement. The project site is active with special status species like the silver-haired bat coming to the site to forage. Special status birds also use the site as a stopover area to forage and bathe in the Rubio Wash. The project would eliminate the site as a stopover area for these birds, forcing them to travel farther between stopover sites. Lastly, Dr. Smallwood determined that the project may result in significant bird window collisions. Dr. Smallwood recorded the heights at which he observed special status birds flying through the project site, and these heights were well below the proposed 70-foot tall height of the project buildings. The height of the project buildings would make special status birds, like the Allen's hummingbird and American kestrel, vulnerable to window collisions. The potentially significant and unmitigated impacts identified by Dr. Smallwood show the need for an EIR. Thus, for the reasons stated here and in Safer's written comments, we again ask that the City Council not approve the project and require the city to prepare an EIR. Thank you for your time.
Madam Mayor, I have no more speaker cards.
I now close the public hearing. It's now time for council discussion or a motion to approve.
Madam Mayor, I move to approve staff recommendation.
Do I have a second?
Sure, I'll second.
Okay. Please vote.
Motion passes by a vote of 4-0 with Councilmember Wu being absent.
Great, thank you. Next item, please.
Public hearing B, ordinance number 722, extending a development agreement for planning case number PL 16-162 for a planned development, street vacation, and tentative tract map number 80292 for a mixed-use project at 220 South San Gabriel Boulevard. First amendment to the development agreement.
Yes, good evening, Madam Mayor and members of the City Council. This project was originally entitled on March 17, 2020, and the term of the development agreement was 6 years. The development agreement will expire in 5 months, and the property owner, who is also the developer, requested to extend the approvals for an additional 2 years before the expiration date, expressing an intent to move forward with construction drawings submittal. Again, this is a request to extend the term of the development agreement for an additional 2 years. Really quickly, again, for the project description, the project site coincidentally is located across the street from the last public hearing item on the east side of South San Gabriel Boulevard. This project site has street frontage on South San Gabriel Boulevard to the west, and also East Live Oak Street to the north. The project site is irregular shaped, and on the eastern edge of the project site borders the Los Angeles County. And the properties that comprise the project site are zoned C1 PD, retail, commercial plan development overlay zone, similar to the previous project, with a general plan land use designation of general commercial. The project site requires the consolidation of 14 parcels, which are currently developed with the mixture of residential and commercial uses, all of which would be demolished as part of the proposed project. On the east side of the street south of the project site, there are a combination, as mentioned, of 1- and 2-story commercial buildings, a mix of retail, office, and restaurants, as well as the Rubio Wash. And on the east side to the north of the project site are 1-story commercial retail and restaurant uses, as well as some vehicle storage. The proposed project would be developed on, the site is approximately 3.66 acres in size and will consist of 163 residential units and 34,000 square feet of retail restaurant square footage. The project is designed to include 4 separate buildings, and this is a rendering of the project site looking south. And this is a view of the project looking north. The commercial access would be provided on East Live Oak and Winchester, and residential access will be provided on East Live Oak, Winchester, and Wedgwood. The proposed project would provide a variety of public and private amenities. Again, a planned development overlay is allowed for project sites over 1 acre in size. It requires a zone map amendment or zone change, where the zoning of the site will change from C1 to C1 PD, and it includes the development standards for the project as well as conditions of approval. Additionally, the approval of the plan development overlay is subject to a development agreement with the city for the provisions of guaranteed terms, conditions, and regulations of the plan development overlay as approved by the city council. A tentative map is required to consolidate the 14 parcels and to allow for the 163 residential condominium units, as well as the commercial condominium units. A street vacation, primarily on Winchester Place and Wedgwood Avenue, is also needed to accommodate the proposed development. A majority of Winchester Place north of Wedgwood Avenue would be vacated, and dedications would be provided along Winchester Place south of Wedgwood Avenue to accommodate a turnaround area. So the recommendation before the City Council this evening is to conduct a public hearing and discuss proposed Ordinance 722, waive full reading and introduce Ordinance 722 by title only, and that's an ordinance of the City Council of the City of San Gabriel, California, extending the development agreement for planning case number 16-162 for a plan development, street vacation, and tentative map number 80292 for a mixed-use project at 220 South San Gabriel Boulevard, to waive future reading of the ordinance and schedule the second reading and adoption of the ordinance for the next regular city council meeting, and then the ordinance will become effective 30 days after the adoption. And this concludes staff's presentation.
Okay, thank you so much. I will now open the public hearing. We'll go a little differently this time. Does any council member have factual questions for staff to clarify the report? I see none. Chief City Clerk, do we have any public comment?
No public comment, Mayor.
Okay, I now close the public hearing. It's now time for council discussion or a motion to approve. Okay, I'll move to approve the staff recommendation.
I second.
Okay, let's vote.
Motion passes by a vote of 4-0 with Councilmember Wu being absent.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item C, Resolution Number 25-40, a resolution of the City Council of the City of San Gabriel, California, directing the recorded judgment as a special assessment for 573 West Broadway.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor.
I'll now open the public hearing. Assistant City Attorney Martin will make the staff presentation.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and Council Member. This item is before you as a last step in the abatement process that was directed at 573 West Broadway. That location had activity and content in it which was of concern to the fire department, and it needed to be abated in order to maintain public health and safety. In spite of numerous attempts to engage with the owner and obtain voluntary abatement, unfortunately, with the council's direction, litigation had to be initiated. City prevailed in litigation, obtaining injunctive relief. Injunction was issued by the court, and the place is now shut down and cleaned. In the process, city incurred somewhere around $15,600 in cost and fees. That amount is subject to a recovery because we did prevail in litigation. And the method of recovery that is recommended by staff is a assessment on the property. In order to obtain that assessment under state law, council needs to take action on the attached resolution. Assuming affirmative action on the resolution, the lien will be placed on the property. It is a priority lien. It will be second in line behind property taxes. And if not paid by the property owner when due, it will be subject to a lien sale, which the county would conduct, at which point in time the city would recover the money that it spent obtaining compliance and cleaning up the property. With that, I'll answer any questions.
Okay, does any council member have factual questions to staff or to our city attorney to clarify? I see none. Chief City Clerk, do we have any public comment?
No public comment, Mayor.
Okay, I now close the public hearing. It's now time for council discussion or a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, could I have a second? Okay, let's vote.
Motion passes by a vote of 4-0, with Councilmember Wu being absent.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Next item, continued business.
We have no continued business or new business this evening. The next item is City Manager's Report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Members of the council, I have two things for you tonight. One, she just fled the building, but I did want to thank Samantha for all of her hard work as our interim director. She's done a phenomenal job, and I just have to thank her for supporting the department during that time, taking on the extra role. And then along those same lines, similarly, her staff did a phenomenal job at dumplings and beer, putting that on, and I know all of you are going to talk about that, but that is several months' worth of work, specifically from economic development and the other departments. And then I just want to tell council and the community that what you all don't see behind the scenes, our PD and fire does and all of our crews, public works and community services as well. But on the night of, PD and fire have a phenomenal command center going with cameras watching the whole festivities, making sure everybody is safe. And so I know you all feel safe in the community, and just want you to know that they are doing more than what even our community is aware of behind the scenes in work to make sure that our fund doesn't become something that's tragic. So I want to thank all those departments, everybody, for all the extra work. And I will say that they all do it not only with a smile, but it's real. They use it as kind of a team building experience. So can't thank council enough for allowing us to do it, and the staff enough for making it happen year in and year out.
Thank you, Mark. Okay, council comments and conference meeting reports. Vice Mayor Chan.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We'll get to that item. All right, just go in order a little bit. Since our last meeting, I've been to a few different events. On September 17th, I attended ICA, that's the Independent Cities Association. They had a new president installation, and it was a installation ceremony, and it was in Hermosa Beach to honor Hermosa Beach Councilman Ray Jackson, who is stepping in as the new president for this current year. On September 25th, I attended the grand opening and ribbon cutting of a new business we have called Extra Space Storage. Oh, well, actually, it's two businesses in one piece of real estate. So it's Extra Space Storage, and the second business is Artists and Makers Studio, and they're both located at 414 South San Gabriel Boulevard. And yeah, they're both two new productive businesses in our city, so I'm very proud of that. On the 26th, I attended AYC, the Asian Youth Center, as we just had Ms. Lynn here and honored her tonight. We had the AYC annual gala at our very own San Gabriel Hilton. It was a great event for a great local charity. Now, for the fun one. On October 3rd was the San Gabriel Annual Dumplings and Beer Fest. It was very well attended and very successful. So I want to personally thank all the staff, especially, all the city staff, especially Samantha and the Economic Development Department. They did a great job, and as city manager said, especially also the fire and police and safety, that they kept everybody safe at a fun event and without incident. Oh, and one last thing. On October 4th, I was honored to attend the inaugural concert of the San Gabriel Valley Symphony at their new home, our very own San Gabriel Mission Playhouse. It was a great show, and I look forward to many more to come. So, Madam Mayor, that concludes my report. I yield my time.
Great, thank you. Who would like to continue?
Madam Mayor, if I may.
Councilmember Herrera Avila.
So on September 24th to the 26th, I attended the NALEO Policy Institute on Infrastructure Building Resiliency Today for Tomorrow's Hazards. And that was in El Paso, Texas. And it was just an impressive kind of conference. This is my first time going to one of these institutes. And just the the amount of knowledge that is gained, not only for cities like ours, but we get to understand different cities in different states, and then the networking that happens and just learning from other different city council members. It was a very interesting conference, and one of the things that popped up was how El Paso is a very hot place, but they're able to build their city in an interesting way with resilient parks and a lot of shade everywhere. And we were particularly in the art district, and it blew my mind. It was pretty cool and clean. On October 2nd, I had my Voice of Our Community. We had community members, business owners, local leaders, including Vice Mayor. It was very casual, I want to thank Casa Calderon for having given me this opportunity to host it there. And I look forward to doing it more in the future. It takes a lot of time. I personally took a lot of time to do this. It takes a lot of energy, but the residents and the community deserve it. October 3rd, of course, dumplings and beer. Kudos to Samantha. We saw the whole team working so hard, so diligently, and I saw a lot of our city members and our city staff, particularly in the beer garden, which I thought was pretty cool with all the different breweries that we had. Looking forward to expanding that. Me and Vice Mayor, we had the privilege of sitting on the subcommittee, or what is considered an ad hoc committee. And I just wanted to let the mayor know that we did take your feedback into consideration on expanding and having more vendors. There's always room for improvement. I felt this time around a beer garden was there was a lot of participation, but we're going to go back and see how we can improve on this event. It was very meaningful, very significant, as is our 10th annual. But I just want to let the mayor know that we did take your feedback seriously, and we make sure to implement it. Okay, on October 4th, I know a couple of us, or most of us here, we went to the Symphony. Spectacular experience. It blew my mind away on how the diligence of this group, on how much work and dedication they have, and they sold out. It was a complete packed house. It was hard to get in. I only live a couple minutes away. It took me like 10 minutes to get in, but that's a good sign. That's a good sign for San Gabriel and for our businesses around. And just to have somebody, our organization like this coming into our community and making this their home, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of feedback on this, but it was amazing experience. And then the last thing, I just want to say that I did notice the PD, they had the whole pink, and I realized it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October, so kudos to our chief. The cars look immaculate, spectacular with the pink stickers. And I saw the pink patches, and it's something to be aware of. My mom, at one point, she had breast cancer, so I mean, it means a lot to me. And I never really shared that, but it means a lot to me that our city is taking a lot of pride when it comes to Breast Cancer Awareness Month. With that said, Madam Mayor, I yield back.
Thank you. Councilmember Ding.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a listing. It's almost 20 different events.
Should I start my timer?
5-minute rule. Remember, 5-minute rule.
Okay. So actually, the September 19, I have attended. It's on the ELAC. Have they call it Vincent Price Art Museum. It's with our mayor together. It's really amazing, and that's all for our SGB community. The September 24, I have a chance with Councilmember Wu go to the BITS Fair. It's they called a policymaker reception. It's really helped to the community, the whole SGB. How do we consideration for our whole community, the business development, to help the business growing. And September 24, with the mayor and the vice mayor, extra space storage. Okay, I don't repeat it. And the 26th, it's amazing for the AYC. Okay, the gala celebration, And also, that's the Mid-Autumn, the festivals. I joined as called the MPing Association. And the 27 have 3 events, okay? And the 28 have 1, some event I didn't list it, okay? And it's important for me, it's October 1st to 3rd. I joined the JPIA, that's our city joined the insurance company. They do the very wellness to educate for the city. I really love they always asking the risk management. So how can we reduce we don't want too many things happen and the city involved too many. If too many lawsuits, it's not good for the city, right? For the financial, it's really help. They have the very, very good, like the seminar. So with our HR ed and I forgot her name, they also joined. It's really, I think, help the staff too. And of course, October 3rd, the Dumpling Beer. It's amazing. I just give the credit for the economic development. They do a good job. I think the whole team, and it's given to us. It's a very impressive. It's a 10 years anniversary for this great event in our SGV. So hopefully next we can continue another 10 years. Okay. And the October 4 have the 4 event, but two event I want to mention. It's we have the 2026 with the local include our San Gabriel Hopeline Cup. It's every year encourage the Asia speech contest, and most time in our city, but right now we moved the east side. It's Warner. It's our mayor, Michenka. It's one of our judge. So they are good topic, especially for the AI. I saw that the middle school students, they have a lot of imagination. They have a lot of thought regarding the hot topic. Okay, it's really good for the young people. Okay, and as it's an evening, we catch the SGV Symphony. That's amazing. I really like these things happen. It's great. It's happen. They have more than 100 performance, and sold out. It's amazing. Okay, yeah. And October 5th, they have the business in the Sheraton. They set up also orchestra. It's for celebrate the most sad festival. So that's really we have the East, West, the culture. Yeah. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Caught me off guard there. Okay.
I skip it out.
Yeah. Thank you for writing that down. Okay, well, there's a lot of overlap here, so I'll start with the ones that we've kind of repeated already. The symphony, absolutely. Sold out, over 100 musicians on stage. Rebecca, next year they want risers, so we'll work on that. And what was interesting is this is kind of I believe they're Gen Z crowd, they call it, and they didn't spend one penny on print material. Everything was social media and word of mouth, which is amazing. And the pianist, she came all the way from London. They had people from all over the country who wanted to be there for the inaugural in the 626 area code. So this is something we really should be proud of, and I'm glad all of us who could be there were there. And let's march ahead. The next concert will be in January, so they need 2 months to relax, or more than 2 months.
What, we can't do this every week?
Yeah, I know. Can't do it every week. But the caliber was amazing. I actually got some emails, too, thanking us. The dumplings and beer, again, thank you so much. David, right on time. It's after the event, so your timing was perfect. But I'm hoping the committee, if it stays intact, the ad hoc committee, I think one of the things we do need to think about is, and I think there's been some conversation about hiring an outside group to coordinate it, because you know, the good news is it continues to expand. The branding, Karen, you did a phenomenal job on the branding in particular. That was very different, but it was exciting. I know the people enjoyed the merch, as they call it, which is merchandise, I guess. But I do think we need to kind of rethink it because it takes so much time from that department, and you're already small. We run a very lean machine, and adding this on, I think, is really, really hard on the staff. Phenomenal job, but it's tough. So hopefully next year we start thinking about that. The other thing is the new business, which was already mentioned, but it's called Artists and Makers Studios / Extra Space Storage, right there in the corner of San Gabriel Boulevard and Commercial. Please stop by, take a look at it. They already have an exhibition because it is an art gallery also, and it's a woman who lost her home in the Eaton Canyon fires, and she's a photographer. She took photos after the fact, and very powerful images. And they will be rotating the exhibition. So during lunch, you know, stop by, cruise there, but I'm excited about all the wonderful things they're going to be doing there. So something to be very proud of. Yesterday, I did have an opportunity to go to our police station, and Chief Elizalde hosted District Attorney Hochman, who was there. He was visiting all the neighboring police stations. He stayed about 30 minutes, but he was very, very eloquent. He spoke to the team that was there, the day shift, and to me, and just wants to let us know that his team is actually prosecuting. They're not wasting your time anymore, putting in the, you know, doing all that work for it just to be kind of tossed aside. But I think it was, I really appreciated that he took that, and he took questions too, which was excellent. Spent the time, took questions from me and from the officers. So thank you, Chief, for the invitation. Everything was like the day before, so I was fortunate enough to have the time and to be in town. And so I look forward to more opportunities like that. But I think it's so important that our district attorney is actually supporting law enforcement. So thank you for that. Also, last week, I went to Pasadena City College, and I spoke to the PCC Women to Women Scholars. And just, it's women students that are of color, and just kind of shared my background, and they had very thoughtful and meaningful questions. But it was just so nice to see women coming together, being in a very protected space, and just uplifting each other and advocating for each other. So it's one of those things that you know, I find extremely rewarding. So I'm thankful I got that opportunity. And let's see. Oh, I also went to the Hispanic Heritage Month reception hosted by LA County Supervisor Hilda Solis, where she recognized 8 amazing Hispanic individuals for their contributions. And so again, it was, you know, just an opportunity to celebrate culture, resilience, and unity, and met a lot of our fellow Hispanics in her district and other community leaders. So again, it was just one of those really positive events. I think we all need to do that. And then Vice Mayor Chan shared, we made the trek all the way to Hermosa Beach, and you know, Ray Jackson, a council member, I think he's mayor now too. Is he mayor?
Could be. I don't know for sure.
I forget, but it was interesting. The only reason I'm mentioning it is we were at the Hermosa Beach Museum, and I guess coming from a city that has so much history, I went into the museum expecting to see something that was maybe in the 1900s, early 1900s, 1800s, and what we saw were skateboards, 1950s, you know, where it originated.
Surfing, yeah.
And surfboards. And I just sat there, I go, this is a museum. So I guess it depends what city you're in, you know, the definition of museum is very different, but they were very proud of that museum. So I did look at the skateboards and the surfboards, and they also had some bands there that were very popular, surfing bands. I didn't see Beach Boys or anything like that, but I guess whatever bands they have there that started with Hermosa Beach. But, you know, ICA is in good hands. I believe he's also a vet, and so I'm glad Vice Mayor and I were there to represent, you know, San Gabriel and just give him that welcome. And so, again, it was just a nice community event, regional collaboration, and, you know, we do need to do that too, get outside of our bubble here. And with that, I am done.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I'm done with my report.
Okay, may I please make one more comment?
Sure.
Regarding that extra space storage at 414 South San Gabriel and the art gallery, the artists and makers, I think it was mentioned the photo gallery that's there. And I just wanted to mention it's done by one of their artists. Her name is Heather Morrow, I believe. And she and her husband lost their home in the Altadena Eaton fire, and she took the opportunity to try to make something good out of it, something healing. And so she took all these very emotional photos, and it's a very heavy thing, but I think it's good for healing. And she also gave me her contact information, and if you'd like, I can pass it out or give it to staff. And she's looking for, as like a part 2 to her project, she's looking if anyone else lost their home or had some damage or was any other way affected by the fires. She'd like to get in touch with you and interview you possibly, and that's kind of part 2 of her project and exhibit. So yeah, just as an opportunity if anyone's interested.
And I believe she's still there. Her exhibit.
Yeah, it's still there, but she wants to add to it in a different artistic medium, which would I guess include either live video or audio interviews and testimonies as to how it affected a lot of people. So if you're interested, I'm sure you can get in touch with staff and they'll have their information, or I'll have the information and give it to them. Thank you.
And another side note, I made sure that our San Gabriel Unified School District director for VPAM, which is Visual Performance Art, or something like that. Anyway, their visual program there, she was there, and for the grand opening, and she right away came together with the curator, I think that's her title, but we're going to be seeing our local students also displaying their work, whether it's art or music or anything creative. And so we are becoming really kind of a visual arts kind of city, which is wonderful, between the symphony and this area, the art gallery. It's exciting. So, you know, stay tuned for that also, for our local students and our public schools to be sharing their artwork there too. So, but thank you. Okay, so closed session, none. It is 8:14. The next regular meeting, council meeting, will be held on Tuesday, October 21st at 6:30 p.m. Meeting adjourned.